Okay, and here is a video review of Power of the Prime's Hun Gurr. He is a Terracon. In the G1 series, he was the leader of the Terracons and the main piece that forms the combiner Abominus. As you can see, he is a Voyager class figure. I haven't transformed him yet, and I haven't measured him yet. So after we transformed him into a robot, we're going to get the actual measurements and compare him to a couple figures that I have already. As you can see, he comes with, the figure, of course, instruction book. Inside the, well, actually, in mine anyway, inside of the instruction booklet came in the little baseball card thing, and I noticed that Hasbro kind of like cut corners on the packaging. Before, they used to come in like a little plastic bag for the booklet and the baseball card, but they cut corners and they just said, you know what, we're just going to pack it in just like this. So, boom, there you go. It comes with two posts for the combiner. And they both have like little ratchety ankle tilts. And here's a little piece they call the Enigma. I can't get them out right now, and basically it's supposed to give the robot extra powers. I transformed him off camera because there's about 1 million YouTube videos out there that show the transformation. So I decided to cut corners myself and just show him in robot mode here. And we have a little trusty ruler here. And as we can see, he is, well, if he stood straight, he would be a little under 7 inches, maybe 7 inches, which is the typical size for a Voyager class figure. I have one right here. Next to one of my favorite figures that Hasbro made in the last, when was this figure made? Probably around 2012, 2013. The Fall of Cybertron Soundwave. And Hun Gurr, in my opinion, pretty cool figure. It's very much like the original toy. I don't have the toy, the original toy that is, so I can't compare it to this one, but if my memory serves me well, this is a pretty good representation of that figure there. There are some slight differences here. This one actually has a little bit more details to it, but it's a very good figure. And the original G1 figure was actually pretty good. Only difference between this one and the G1 is that this one, and I don't know why Hasbro does this, doesn't come with real weapons except these little things here. But what I like about these little posts is that they can combine on his arms, forearms. Where's the other one? Oh, here it is. And you can have like little null rays like Starscream or like one of the Seekers there. I got a little creative. I actually took this part from Lockdown from one of the Transformer movies here, which was actually a very poor figure. I bought that figure from a Five Below, which is a discounted store that sells like the merchandise that the retailers couldn't sell, and I got him for $5, and that figure is not even worth $5. That's like the worst Transformer I ever had. Loose joints and can't stand, but he got a nice little weapon. The one good thing about Transformers these days is that most of these weapons have 5mm ports, which basically makes them interchangeable with every single Transformer out there. What I found out is that if you have this weapon, and actually can't do it with this one, but plus I'll put the little Enigma in there and it blocks it out. But if you have this weapon, and that little port right there, plug it in right there. Gives him like a little fusion cannon, which will give him the ability to match up with Megatron. I couldn't think. I was trying to do the Megatron voice there. I mean, if you give me the microphone and put my voice behind the right equipment, hey, I got Megatron to a T. But yes, he has a fusion cannon just like me. Yeah. Let's transform him into the main part for that combiner. Okay, and this is Hun Gurr in his combined mode without the limbs, and transforming him off camera. You know, I'm feeling him in hand right now. It's pretty solid. He's much more stable than the Bruticus combiner, and he's much more stable than the Superion combiner. Looking at this figure, though, I mean, some of the design that was incorporated into Hun Gurr was inspired by god darn thing here. This is live here. It was inspired by Silverbolt. I mean, especially down here. I mean, but even though Silverbolt and Hun Gurr are two different characters, some of the design from Silverbolt was incorporated into Hun Gurr, especially because with Silverbolt, his arms in combined mode becomes like his legs, and the bottom part of Silverbolt became the upper body, and the head is similar. The one problem with Superion's head was that his antennas were like very flimsy. Yeah, but I see Hasbro made some major improvements and made it a little bit more durable. And the head sculpt here it's very good, very good. This is well worth it. I mean, this figure was actually built. Is actually built a little bit better. It was actually built much better than the Combiner Wars series. It seems like Hasbro learned from their mistakes from the Combiner Wars and tweaked things up a little bit. And that's why you have a pretty solid figure with Hun Gurr. In summary, very good figure. I mean, I've been steering away from Transformers in the last 6 months to a year because many of the figures were just reboots from like old lines, and there really hasn't been anything that was impressive. But this one is very good. This is well worth the investment. If I had to rate this figure between 1 and 10, 1 being the worst, and 10 being the very best, there's no such thing as a perfect figure, so I can't give him a 10. But I can probably give it a solid 8. And I can compare this to a 501 Trooper from Star Wars. And not quite in scale in reality. I mean, I would think that a Stormtrooper would probably be about, in real life, probably be about the size of this little cap compared to Hun Gurr. But yeah, very good figure, very cool figure, and he's very easy to find now. I mean, I saw him at a Walmart, and there was like 3 or 4 on the shelf. So yeah, I mean, he's very. This was a quick review by Bots, Cons, and Jedi. I am new to YouTube, and I can use as much support as possible. Please like and subscribe and comment. Until next time, this is Bots, Cons, and Jedis signing off. Bruce.